Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are breaking down one of the most essential foundations in molecular biology and biotechnology, unit conversions. Whether you are preparing buffers, designing PCR reactions, quantifying nucleic acids, or performing dilutions, mastering these calculations is critical for reproducibility and accuracy. So let's dive in. Unit conversion is at the heart of every experiment, from reagent preparation to qPCR setup. Even the smallest miscalculation can change result. Today, I will walk you through concentration units, molarity, percentage solution, dilution factors, and copy number calculations. Everything you need to work confidently in the lab. In molecular biology, we typically work with mass per volume units like mg per ml, microgram per microliter, or nanogram per microliter. We also use molarity, molar, millimolar, micromolar for the precise chemical reagent prep. Understanding how to move between these units give you complete control over your experimental design. Percentage solutions are extremely common in buffer preparation. A quick recap. Percentage weight by volume means grams per 100 ml. Percentage volume by volume means ml per 100 ml. And percentage weight by weight means grams per 100 grams. Example, a 1% NaCl solution is equivalent to 1 gram of NaCl in the final volume of 100 ml. Let's look at molarity. Molarity tells you how many moles of a solute are present per liter. The core formula is molarity is equal to moles per liters, and moles is equal to mass divided by molecular weight. This is crucial for preparing buffers like tris, EDTA, or solutions used in the molecular assays. For example, if you want to prepare 100 ml of 1 molar tris and the molecular weight is 121.14 gram per mole, the mass required is 1 into zero point 0.1 into 121.14, that is 12.11 grams. So you have to weigh 12.11 grams and dissolve in 100 ml to make 1 molar of 100 ml tris solution. Dilutions are used constantly, whether for DNA, RNA, proteins, or chemical reagents. These two formula you must master. One is the dilution factor, which is equal to final volume divided by initial volume, and another is the C1V1 is equal to C2V2 formula. These let you make accurate working concentration from concentrated stock solutions. So here we can see one example. If you want to dilute 10 mg per ml stock to 1 mg per ml to a final volume of 1 ml, your initial concentration, that is C1, which is 10 mg per ml. V1, we don't know how much of that stock to be taken, and C2 is the final concentration that is required, which is 1 mg per ml, and V2 is 1 ml, the final volume required. Suppose if you want to make 1 mg per ml from 10 mg per ml stock solution, how much volume we have to add and how much of the diluent we need to add, that is what we are going to calculate. So we can input all these into C1V1 is equal to C2V2 formula, and we get, on substituting all these values and solving for V1, we will get 0.1 ml of the stock. So to make 1 ml of the 1 mg per ml solution from 10 mg per ml solution, you need to take 0.1 ml of the 10 mg per ml stock and add 0.9 ml of distilled water to make it 1 mg per ml solution. Now let's look at DNA RNA copy number. To quantify nucleic acids in PCR or create standards, copy number is essential. The formula uses mass of DNA, molecular weight based on base pair length, and Avogadro's number. This calculation determines how many template molecules are present, which is critical for diagnostic assays, viral load estimation, and synthetic DNA controls. So number of copies, DNA copy number equal to mass into molecular weight into length in base pair or nucleotide into Avogadro number. So that gives you the DNA or RNA copy number. The approximate molecular weight per base of these DNA or RNA are, for double stranded DNA, it is approximately 660 gram per mole per base pair, and for single stranded DNA it is approximately 330 gram per mole per nucleotide, and for RNA it is 340 gram per mole per nucleotide. For example, 1 nanogram of a 1000 base pair double stranded fragment contains roughly 9 into 10 to the power 8 copies. This helps set up qPCR standards accurately and ensure precise quantification. So now let's see how to calculate this. So we have given that 1 nanogram of 1000 base pair double stranded DNA. So first to compute the molecular weight equal to 1000, that is the base pair, into 660 is the molecular weight. So that gives you 660,000 gram per mole. That is the molecular weight of the double stranded DNA of 1000 base pair. And step 2 is to compute the copies. Copies equal to 1 into 10 to the power 9 grams. So that is a conversion of 1 nanogram to gram divided by 660,000 into Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So solving for this, we will get around 9.1 into 10 to the power 8 copies. So 1 nanogram of 1000 base pair double stranded DNA equals 9.1 into 10 to the power 8 copies. Here are some of the practice problems. Try solving these common laboratory questions using these formula we covered today. Things like converting microgram per microliter to mg per ml, preparing solutions of EDTA, or computing DNA copies based on mass. So share your answers in the comment section. Common pitfalls I have seen in labs include mixing up percentage weight by volume with percentage volume by volume, forgetting unit conversions, skipping dilution factor steps, relying on mass instead of moles for enzymatic reactions. Avoiding these mistakes dramatically improves reproducibility. Let's quickly recap what we covered today. Unit conversions form the foundation of every molecular biology and biotechnology experiment, and mastering them ensures accuracy, reproducibility, and confidence at the bench. We reviewed the key concentration units, how to calculate molarity, how to prepare and interpret percent solutions, and how to use dilution factor and the C1V1 formula correctly. We also covered DNA and RNA molecular weights and how to calculate copy numbers for qPCR and diagnostic applications. When you understand these conversions clearly and apply them consistently, your experimental workflow becomes far more reliable, precise, and scientifically sound. Thank you for listening. If this session helped clarify unit conversions in molecular biology and biotechnology, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more advanced tutorial. Thank you once again.